Hey, well, it seems like it's time to eat again. I didn't have lunch today because I had breakfast at like noon because I was out paddling really early. And then I saw a wolf after I saw a buck. You know, hard life. Still super excited about that. Anyways, today I am making ham and cheese pasta without the ham. I went to get my ham out of the freezer and it didn't look so great, and I had Peameal bacon, so I'm substituting the Peameal bacon, but it's just this comfort food that I make sometimes when I'm able to eat cheese, which isn't very often, but seemed to be good right now, so I'm going to give it a go, and yeah. So basically I just brought some pasta that has to be cooked, and this is going to take a while. I don't usually, I usually bring the little skinny noodles, but you know, I wanted these ones. These are the ones that I use for this, so it's okay if I cook it a little longer. It's no big deal. Part of the point of this trip is that everything isn't instant. It's, you know, got a little bit of work to it because I'm not really doing anything else. So the Peameal just is on an ice pack. It was frozen yesterday when I brought it in, and it's just on an ice pack. It's still cold, it's vacuum sealed, and it's Peameal bacon usually lasts for a good while before it gets bad. Not a long time, but it's something that I eat sometimes in the second or third day, and I don't have an issue with it. So just have some salami left over in here. I didn't have my wraps for lunch. I just made some little appetizers. Some salami with cheese in them, so they were good. Alright. I need my cutting board today, and I think I actually left it out. So while the water's boiling, I'm going to chop up the Peameal. The cutting boards don't look very clean, but this is how I roll. I think there's 3 in here. I didn't mean to bring this many. I thought there was just 2. It's not fine. Just wanted to make sure. I don't know if I want to cook all. I guess I'll cook it. Maybe I'll put it on my breakfast sandwich tomorrow. I don't know. I already have bacon for my sandwich, so. But I guess it's better cooked than not cooked. Alright. This is going to take a bit. Okay, the Peameal is chopped up, so that was quite simple. The only other thing I have to do is grate some cheese. And I brought my cheese grater from home. I'm just going to check this because it's dripping and I don't know if it might be boiling. I don't want to waste any fuel because I only brought 1 canister. Figured I could always make a fire if there was trouble. Okay, so it's boiling, so that's good. So we're going to put the pasta in. There's not very much. I think I probably put too much water in there, but I tried not to because I don't like to have too much waste. I just dump it in the fire pit and bury it. When I make the other pasta, I try to use it, but this one is not as simple. Okay, just give it a little stir. Oh yeah, there's tons of water. Alright. Okay, we're going to grate the cheese. So what I have here, I have a couple different kinds of cheese. Ham and cheese pasta is something that I kind of made up. I, used to get sick or whatever, not feel good, or you have those nights where, you're freezing and you just want to be in your pajamas and watch movies all night and you want comfort food. And this was always one of my comfort foods that I invented for myself when I first started living on my own way back when. So basically I use Black Forest ham. I get it sliced thick at the deli and I chop it into cubes like this. And then I cook it with some garlic and a little bit of butter. And once it's cooked, I throw in some cooked pasta. I put an egg or 2, depends on how much I'm making. Sometimes I make a bunch and then I freeze some of it. I put an egg on it for some extra protein, and that also binds everything together and kind of helps the cheeses stick to each other, and the garlic, I don't know, it just kind of makes like almost like a casserole. Sometimes I bake it. I'm not doing that here, obviously. And then I just put garlic on it and salt. It's very simple. Today I have marbled cheese. I have my two-year-old cheddar, which is something I've been eating a lot of this summer, which doesn't seem to bother me. I also don't have too many issues with regular cheddar. Just depends. I mean, if I'm in a flare, I can't eat cheese, but right now I'm pretty safe. I'm here all night. I'm at the site, so it's not like I'm tripping or have to worry about having a crampy stomach, but so far so good anyways. Other than that, I have Parmesan, and I believe this is a bit of Havarti. So nice little blend of cheeses. You can use whatever you want. Mozzarella is really good. Mozzarella is a really bad cheese for me, so I just stay away from it. Otherwise, I would have mozzarella here. Probably the marble cheddar, mozzarella, and Parm or Romano on the top. That's the best mix, and just as much or little cheese as you want. Okay. I hate grating Parmesan cheese. It always seems so difficult. That's why I saved it to last. But it does have a distinct flavor that really makes things pop. So we'll just wait for the pasta to cook, and then I will continue. I was filming and I wasn't filming, so anyways, sorry. Pasta's cooked, it's ready to go. No problem there. Alright, so I'm gonna get the Peameal going. I do have some oil for fish. We're gonna bring oil. I usually use butter for the mac and cheese thing, but I also have ham, and I don't think it should be that much different. You know, Peameal and ham are in the same family, I guess. Anyway, we'll get that going. Get nice and hot. I've had this stove for 15, 16 years now. I love it. I've never had a problem with it. I'm probably going to go into the backcountry one day and it's just not going to work. No disrespect, guys, it's a great stove, but I mean, nothing can last forever. And then I'll just be like, whoa, what happened? What do I do now? Because it's just always worked. It's such a great stove. I don't do anything to it. I don't service it. Oh, come on, guys, really? Where's my spatula? Smells really good. The ham I usually don't have to cook very long. I know Peameal you have to cook a while. I think you do anyways. I remember when Kevin made it on I think our Canada trip. He cooked it for a really long time, so I'm just assuming that's the deal. And we'll turn this down a tiny bit. I don't want this to fall in my lap either. Okay, so I'll put the pasta in there. Bam. And I'm going to put the egg in. It's got to cook a little bit. I usually try to scramble it, but I don't really want to make it in a separate container, so. Garbage right here. Scramble it right there. Whoops! See, that's why I used the big pot. 3-second rule. Okay, we'll just let the eggs kind of cook a little bit in there. The egg. I would normally use 2, but lots of garlic. I don't really eat a lot of seasons or spices. You could add pepper or, you know, whatever you want to it, but this is just a very plain, simple meal that I make. But I like a lot of plain things. Probably don't need too much salt because of the Peameal, so we'll leave it at that. But as there's only salt and garlic, I need something in there. It smells really good. The garlic smells, and I can smell the egg cooking, so. So when I was little, my mom used to make this, I think it's a German casserole called Schinkennudeln. And Schinken is ham noodles, obviously. So ham noodles. And basically what she did was she took noodles, she put them in a casserole dish, and she put scrambled egg over it. Sorry, she had ham. It was actually Leona. It's like a bologna ring. And chopped that up in chunks, and she put that in it. So that was dinner, and it was really good. It came out like this casserole with the egg, and it made everything like baked, and it was really delicious. And then when I grew up, I kind of invented this and added, I use ham instead of the bologna, and I make it in a frying pan instead of baking because it takes a really long time to bake eggs like that for some reason. And then I added the cheese, my own little twist, and the garlic. So it's kind of a spin-off of that meal. But I promise you, it's very delicious. I've made it for a couple of my friends who caught it, and they really liked it. It's not anything fancy, it's just simple. Anyway, this is pretty much done. I just need to add all the cheeses, and that's a lot of cheese for what I've got here. Hopefully it doesn't kill me. Love this song. Fishing trip. Okay, and then I'll save the parm to put on when I eat it on the plate, but that's a lot of cheese. Probably gonna die. One leaves the cup. So again, this is probably gonna make this really messy. I hope not, but just gonna kind of stir it around a little bit and then just let the cheese melt on the top, hopefully, and not stick to the pan too much. It's already sticking to the spatula. Stole this from a hockey card. Just like that for a second, let the cheese melt. It's not quite melted. I thought it would be. It's pretty close. So it actually made quite a bit. I'm glad that I took out some noodles. I brought more noodles in this actually, and I took it out. All right, to put the parm on top last. If you can see it, it's nice and colorful. Actually, I can take this off the stove. I don't need that now. Last goal he ever scored. One leaves the cup. Can you imagine? Jeez. Alright, parm. I think this is a little bit too much cheese. I don't know if I'm going to use all this. I might just put it in a bag and take it home somehow. I think that's plenty. You know what I'm going to do, right? The normal thing I do. It's good. It actually is really good. It's good. Well, thanks for watching.